Good morning. I am in Notting today in a redundant church called St.Margaret. St.Margaret, Antioch, I think that's how it's pronounced. I shall leave a link below for this one. And today is almost the perfect day. I've driven through loads of countryside this morning to get here. The skies are blue. It's absolutely glorious. I left early. No other traffic on the road. Absolutely amazing. It's definitely taken a lot of stress away from me, which I've been suffering with this week at work. But anyway, this church is absolutely stunning. I can't get enough of this place. I've already been sat down for a few minutes just to take in the atmosphere. But this is outstanding. This this really is exceptional. The design of this is wonderful. It feels really, really old and really atmospheric. It is absolutely glorious, you know, and the plants that they've got in here and the way they've looked after it, it's got like this really nice rustic feeling to it, you know. The walls are old, the ceiling, you can see the wooden beams. There's like writing up there, you know. It just looks absolutely stunning. I could stay in here for a long time. I really could. I'm going to get as many pictures as I can of this one, and I'm going to scatter them over Instagram, I think, today. But this is awesome, and I think what's making it a lot better is because it is such a nice day. Now, I found this on the church's conservation trust. I've done no other research. I don't know how old it is or when it closed or anything like that. So I shall leave the link below for this church, and you can have a read up yourself and have a look at the history. But just to visit it is stunning. Plus the drive was all out in the countryside, so it just made it spectacular. I'm so happy to be here today. I really am. It is absolutely awesome. Now, I've just this second recorded a 2-minute video of me rabbiting on about how much I like this place and is it the weather or is it the church. But I've just realised that it's just me repeating myself, you know, over this thing that I have for churches. I mean, if you're a regular of mine, you know that I keep saying, oh, this one's my favourite, this one's got this one, this one's got that. But there is definitely a selected few that stand out above all the others, and this is definitely one of them. I can't put my finger on why though. You know, it is glorious inside. It's got that rustic look to it, and the weather's nice. You know, so it's making it look outstanding from the outside. So maybe it's just a mixture. I don't know. But if ever you're in this area, come and have a look. Have a scout through the Conservation Trust website. If there's a church near you, just go and view it. You know, give it a go. See what you think of being inside a redundant church. It's quite rewarding. Now I've come back to Cranford to have a look at St Andrews Church again. I know I've already been here, but because it's relatively close to that other location I was just at, I thought I'd come and have another look. As it's a nice day, Last time I was here, on this bit of field just in front of the church, there was a load of metal detectoring people. But all I can see now is a shitload of sheep. That's quite bizarre to see. I think there's a few lambs lying about as well, so I'll keep my distance from them. I don't want to spook any of them. But yeah, I'm going to have a nosy in this church again, if I can. Just because, really. Because I was in the local area. And I'm going to make the most of, you know, just being here, really. It's such a nice little area, and the weather is absolutely outstanding today, so instead of me travelling all over the place, I think I will just do the stuff that's local to me. I say, on the way to that last church, there was a few... oh, the bell still works. Anyway, yeah, there was a few churches on the way to that last location, but they were active ones, so I'll see what happens when I drive back. If I pass them, which I will, if the sat nav takes me on the same route, then I'll go and have a nosy at them if they're open. But oh, I'm really enjoying today. I really am. It's absolutely wicked, it is. Anyway, let's go see if I can get in there. Okay, all right. That's a bit of a dead end, that one, unfortunately. Well, it's not a dead end, it's just me being me. That church there, it is open, but there's a bunch of people in there, so I'm going to leave them alone and let them do their own exploring. I don't want to get in the way. I've already looked at it anyway. It is nice to be out here, though. Even though the sheep are out in the field giving me a few dirty looks because they've got lambs next to them, but I don't want to spook them, do you know what I mean? But it is nice to see. Daffodils are up, blue skies, gorgeous church, and there's lambs about. I mean, you could say it's almost a perfect day today. I've just been having a look on the English Heritage site, and there's definitely a few locations that I want to visit that are not too far away from here, but a lot of them don't open until the spring, so that's got to be imminently. So I think what I'm going to do, I'm going to wing it. I'm not going to use a sat nav to find my way back to Stevenage. I think I'm just going to amble around the country lanes and see what I can find. I'm going to turn off through all the small villages and hamlets, and if I see a church tower, then I'm going to pull in and have a nosy like that. I know it's not ideal, I know sometimes it fails, but as it's such a nice day, I thought, sod it, I've got a tank, well, just over half a tank of fuel, so I've got more than enough fuel to amble about. I've got supplies with me. I'm quite content, and yeah, I think I'm just going to wing it today, so let's see what happens. Well, there we are, I have found one. St Mary the Virgin Church in Finden, I think it's called, Finden, near Wellingborough. Massive place, and the bell ringing was absolutely amazing. But I think there's something going on inside. There's a bunch of people in there, smartly dressed, so I ain't going to go in now, I'll leave them to it. But there is a crypt just here, but I don't know if you can get, I mean, it's locked up at the minute, but I don't know whether you can ever get public access. Let me just take you there so you can have a look. Yeah, it looks like it's a family crypt. There's a bit of history there about what happened to them. There's a whole generation of family under there. Now the door that is on there is all covered in cobwebs and looks like that it's never been opened up for years and years and years, so I don't think that'll be accessible. But once I get back to the car, I'm gonna have a look, see whether there's any other information about this place. Well, I'm in Finden Pocket Park now. There's a warning sign back there saying that this used to be a site for industry, but now it's a park. But there's a few hazards in here, like protruding metal and some wooden sleepers, some old steps, a water source of some point, some sort, you know, whether it be a lake, I don't know, I ain't got a clue. But I thought I'll have a nosy around while the sun's still out, instead of moving on. And there's definitely something nice about those church bells. I don't know what it is, but it is a nice noise. I'm wondering whether that group of people that I just see were bell ringers. It's probably more than likely what it was. But it's such a splendid noise, isn't it? Can't put my finger on why, but it is nice. It is nice to hear. Don't hear it so much in busier towns, unfortunately. Now, I don't know if you can just make that out down there. It's like a ditch, but I think, looking at it, it used to be an old railway. It looks like the sleepers are still there, but the tracks are all lifted. But they're not wooden sleepers; they're concrete ones. And I want to get down there because it takes you under a bridge, and it looks pretty cool down there. But because I'm high up one side, then the slopes are really, really steep. I'm not going to risk trying to climb down there. Not today, it's far too muddy for that, and me not being too sturdy on my legs is probably not a wise move, trying to climb down there. No, me, I'd do myself a mischief. So I am going to have a quick look, see if there's another way down. There is a way down there because I've just seen a group of people walk down it, but God knows where they managed to get on. But I'll tell you what, this would be a lovely place to bring your dogs. So much to explore, so much happening, you know, it's awesome, wicked. I do like it here. Well, that was a nice little find, just next to that pocket park and that little, you know, the tunnel with the train tracks on it. There's a little cemetery and chapel right next to it. It's definitely nice here. Again, it's worth having a walk around. It's not somewhere where you'd want to come out of your way and have a visit, but if you're in the area and you're doing that walk, you know, that nature trail just there, and it's worth just popping your head in, walking around here. Like I said, there is absolutely no one else here. It's very peaceful. And you know what? They're still ringing them bells at that church. Now they must be absolutely knackered. I didn't realise it went on for so long. I thought you rang them for a minute or so and that was that. I mean, you've got to be fairly fit to do that, haven't you? I mean, I don't know nothing about church bells and ringing them, but from what I've seen, you sort of pull the rope down, then let it go, reach up, pull it, you know, and keep going in that sort of motion. So if you're going to keep doing that, that's got to take it out of you eventually, isn't it? So fair play on the people that are doing it. Now, I've been to many churches now, many graveyards, many cemeteries. I've been on that night hike with Sam up to the chapel, and I've never really felt a sense of unease, right? Apart from the chapel at night, because you was hearing different noises, I suppose. I mean, you're out and about in the day, you walk through a cemetery or you go to a church with other people, and you don't feel on edge, do you? So the point I'm trying to make is, when people go out and do these ghost hunts, do ghosts only appear at night? Yeah? Or are they there in the day but we don't notice them? Do they exist at all? You know, what's stopping something strange coming out in the day? You know, ghosts are not nocturnal, are they? Like, I'm no expert on ghost hunting or the paranormal or whether there's anything like that, but it does make you think when you're out and about at night, like me and Sam was at the chapel. Your senses are heightened. You hear more, you notice more, you're more aware of your surroundings. I think because of what we've seen on videos, on TV, films we've watched, horror films perhaps, it makes you think about certain things. Is that what's happened? You know? Have we trained our minds to think that the ghosts and the ghouls are going to come out at night when they could quite just as easy come out in the day? Why does it have to be at night? Well, I've managed to find a footpath back in that nature reserve, or the pocket park, back towards that tunnel. It's nothing spectacular, but it's only a walk under the road, but it looks pretty cool. But I've just seen a sign saying quarry, so maybe this area used to be a quarry. I think that'd make more sense than it being a train track, because it's not in a straight line just here. So, and it is, I can make that out, but it is pretty steep, so maybe that was what it was. I don't know, it makes a bloody nice walk anyway. Just want to have a quick look at this bridge and then I'll turn around and head towards the church. Yeah, it's a pretty good location to come and have a nose at. Nothing special, but interesting to say the least. Looks like you get a few unsavoury characters here. There's a stone there with loads of beer cans and fag ends and, you know, the usual stuff. I suppose it's a good little hidey hole for them in the evenings, isn't it? Yeah, it's a nice place to come for a walk though. I say, if you've got a dog, bring them down here. They'll love it down here. There's so much to explore. I think they'll have a fabulous time. Yeah, St Peter's Church in Isham, I think it's called, this little village, just a few miles up the road from where I was before. All locked up though. Very nice, very cute little location. It's all right for a quick walk round at the least, so I'll have a quick amble around this village, see what's here, and then onward to somewhere else. Right, we're in St John the Baptist in Chelveston now. I think I pronounced that right. I just driving down the road. I'm just outside Rushden, I think it is, and I see the tower for this place and darted in here. Now it's quite unusual. It's obviously an old church, or it looks old from the outside, but it's been modernised on the inside, and they've got a glorious little kitchenette area there, which I think it's a good idea to have something like that, you know, especially if it's encouraging more people in and they can use it for different activities. I think that's great. There's definitely a sense of community here. The churchyard is very well kept, probably one of the most tidiest ones I've ever seen in all the churches that I've been to. It's only a very, very small place. I don't know nothing about the area whatsoever. I haven't got a clue. I've put some money in the pot and grabbed a booklet so I can have a read. I'll see whether there's any information on it and put a link below. But it is absolutely outstanding. Very much in use, very, very much so. And it's got ties with America here. I think there's an American memorial on the tower outside, and I think the memorial has something to do with raising some money to renovate the tower or something. I'm not too sure. Once I leave, I shall take a picture of that and pin that up now. But yeah, this is a really nice one to come and have a nosy at. Like I say, I am slowly making my way back home now. But if I see any towers or churches, I am going to dart in and have a look. And it's nice to stumble across one that is open, you know. I'm really, really grateful for that. But yeah, I'm almost done. I'm going to spin you around, show you this kitchenette, and then I'm going to go and have a walk around the outside. Now that this church here, the St John the Baptist in Chelveston, I've never seen one quite like that before. It still looks old on the inside, right? But you've got the kitchenette, you've got like an activity area, there's a couple of memorials in there, and there's also a toilet in there. And I've never encountered that before. I've been to a few churches with toilets in, like for disabled people, and they're all locked up tight, but there's actually a toilet there for use for members of the public. But in there, I know this is a strange topic as well, but there's a bunch of pictures on the windowsill in the toilet, and it says this toilet is twinned with, and apparently that toilet is twinned with a bunch of other toilets. I mean, that's bizarre. What's that all about? I don't know. I have to look into that one. I mean, I'm not going to make videos about toilets, but I don't know. Anyway, but yeah, that's a really, really nice church. That is. I highly recommend that one. It's definitely one of the most tidiest churches I've ever been to, ever. It really, really well maintained. Everything's really neat and tidy. There's the fields around the back there. They're riddled with daffodils at the minute, and they're all out in flower. They look absolutely amazing. And there's also, I think they've died off a little bit now, but then there's I've seen pictures inside the church of all the snowdrops in the churchyard as well, and they look really good. Maybe I should have come down here a little bit earlier, you know, like at the end of February or something. But yeah, I highly recommend this place. I mean, it's not up to my, you know, I like the oldie ones, the real creaky old ones, you know, the redundant ones, or the ruins. They're the ones that do it for me. But still, I would say that's probably one of my favourite active churches still. Anyway, yeah, that's all I've got to say about that one. I am still heading back towards Stevenage. I think I'm gonna, if I do a right at the end of the road, I think I'm gonna head towards Huntingdon, so I'll go that way and then hop onto the A1. But if there's any other hamlets or little villages or towers that I see, I will dart in there and have a look. So I won't film an outro just yet, just in case I find something else. But if you're still with me and still watching me, then thank you very much. I really do appreciate it. Right, let's see what I can find. Now that was a quick and easy find, that was. I'm a couple of miles down the road in a place called Tillbrook now, at All Saints Church, I think it is. This is right out the way. It's got a wicked tower. I wish I had a drone with me, but never mind. I'm going to go and have a look, see whether these doors are open, and I'll have a quick nosy around inside. I'm not holding up much hope with this one though. I'm sure getting in 2 churches in a row will be pushing my luck, but we'll have a go. Do you know what? I'm a bit gutted I can't get into that one, to be honest with you. It does look really good. I'd love to know whether there was access up to the top of that tower. You know, I know usually it's all locked up, isn't it? When you visit a church, you go to the tower and there's usually like a wooden board over the ladder that takes you up. It'd be nice to be allowed to have a bit of a guided tour up one of them towers though. But yeah, this is locked up and it looks like it has had trouble in the past, because there's warning signs everywhere. CCTV, there's some smart water stuff apparently. Yeah, there's security everywhere, so maybe it has been targeted in the past and that's why it has to be locked up. It's a shame, isn't it? I hate people that, you know, rob from churches and cause damage. I mean, it's just absolutely outrageous. It spoils it for everyone else. But it is worth the visit here. It is out in the sticks. Anyway, yeah, I'm gonna walk back to the car now, move on and see whether there's anything else. Well, I've just driven through Kimbolton and then into St Neots, and I cut through St Neots back to is it Great Barford or Little Barford? And there's a church up here that I'm revisiting as it's on the way back to Stevenage. I thought I'd swing by and just have another look because I've got time. I think this is St Dennis, I think it's called. I might be wrong, but I remember it being nice. And as it's still a nice day, I thought, well, why the hell not? It saves me going on hunt for any more at the minute, doesn't it? I'm pretty sure I've done everything around, well, probably within 30-40 miles of Stevenage now. Every redundant church and everything that's worth me having a look at, I've probably already done. I think the next thing for me to venture is sort of heading a bit further south, sort of towards London, and in London itself to have a look at some churches and history down there. But I have a tendency to stay away from London. It's not a place that I like, because you think of London, you just think of too many people, too much traffic, congestion car charge, ULEZ charge, you fucking name it, it's all happening. A lot of trouble in London, but London is filled with history as well. There's loads of stuff down there that's going to be worth viewing, so I might just have to push myself to go do it and stop thinking about the negatives and just focus on the positives. But anyway, that's a thought for another day. So I'm going to get down here and see if I can get in this one again. Yeah, I was right, it is St Dennis, yeah. And can you see what I'm on about the about this wooden slat that prevents you going up to the tower? Which is fair enough. I guess it's it could be quite dangerous for people just to go up there willy-nilly, isn't it? But it'd be nice to get up there and have a tour, you know, if it was possible. Anyway, yeah, you know, I have been here before, and I apologise for doing a revisit, but it's absolutely worth it. It really is. This one's right high up there with my favourites as well. I think it's just so atmospheric, so picturesque. You know, it's such a. I just can't get my head around why a building like this is not going to be used anymore. But there is a sign outside saying it is. I think all the churches in the Conservation Trust are consecrated, and it says that they do 1 or 2 services here a year. So I guess, you know, that's a bonus. But you'd think a place like this would be utilised every Sunday, wouldn't you, really? I mean, I say it's a shame, don't I? But I mean, if it was used every Sunday, maybe it'd be locked up a little bit more, and you wouldn't be able to come for a visit, and it probably wouldn't look the same. I don't know. It's a strange one, that. I just hope that this one is kept, you know, kept in a good state, and it doesn't just fall to rack and ruin or get demolished, or, you know, this area is going to be earmarked for development or something. I mean, I don't know. It might be protected. It might be a grade 2 or grade 1 listed building. I don't know. But it's so nice, so peaceful, and it's set back from the houses, you know, so it's quiet. You know, this would be an ideal spot to come and do a wild camp if you were brave enough. I mean, I'm not. I wouldn't do that here, but I know people on the internet that I follow on YouTube that probably would come down here and do a bit of a stealth camp outside in a churchyard. Some people say it's the safest place to do it because you're not going to find people here at night, which kind of makes sense. But I don't think I'd want to do it. No, that's definitely not for me. But fair play on the people that do. Yeah, I'm going to leave this one here now. I'm nice and close to Stevenage, so I'm just going to trek back and go and get cleaned up and put my feet up for the evening. Thank you for sticking with me, if you have. I hope I haven't bored you too much. I hope you're enjoying the tours of the churches like as much as I am. If you've got any other locations that you think I should visit, churches, castles, ruins, anything like that, anything that you can suggest, then please leave me a comment below or get in touch with me on Instagram, and I'll see whether I can get there as well. Anyway, but for now, enjoy your weekend. I'll catch you again soon. Please give me a like and a subscribe. Take care. And just quickly, apparently that socket there has been given, right, notice is hereby given that the building known as Cross Socket Base in Churchyard of St Denis in Little Barford has, on the 9th of February 2023, been included in a list of buildings of special architectural and historic interest approved by the Secretary of State for Culture, Media, Sport under Section 1 of the Planning Listed Buildings and Conservation Areas Act 1990. So that little socket down there is now protected as well. Fantastic.